and welcome to another meeting of the Electronic Music Ensemble Club, Scottsdale Community College. I'm Elaine Walker. I'm the electronic music instructor and just advising them in their student club. Mat Winchel and Cody Cruse.
Hello. Yo. Greetings.
So last week we started making this glove kind of MIDI controller, and they're going to continue with it.
Okay, so today we're learning how to solder, and I know a little bit about soldering from live sound. Thank you, Ron. We're going to go ahead and let's see, we have cable 1 and 2. The red's going to be the odds and no evens. Black's going to be the odds. Okay, so there.
So it's going to be 1, 2, 3,
Action
4,
time.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, on down the line.
So basically just connecting these cables to the piezo triggers using soldering. That's all I've got.
So what we're going to be doing is just soldering these itsy bitsy little wires together. And I'm just going to quickly show, for those of you who've never soldered before, how this is going to work. So first, you want to do what's called tinning the wire. These kind of come already tinned, but I'm going to do it again anyway. So you got your solder, kind of just make it sticking up. Just kind of heat up the wire and then touch it to the solder. And technically you want to just heat the wire and pull the solder into the object that you're soldering. You're going to end up kind of painting it on there a little bit, but that's not really what the idea. So let's tin the other wire.
Okay.
So these guys are kind of working together, but if you're by yourself and you have to hold these together on your own, if you just put a little extra glob of solder on each wire, it doesn't have to be pretty. Just a little extra. Then you can very carefully heat it up enough so that they go together.
You want to stir them?
And don't move while they cool.
I love mustard.
I know you do.
Oh, yeah.
And then they should be attached. Give it a little test. And I hope you can see that. There's a thing called helping hands you guys can use too, but I think it's more of a pain.
What are helping
No,
hands?
we're cool. What is that?
Helping hands.
Helping hands, if you just can't do it yourself. You can put a wire here, put a wire here.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is kind of more though
Right.
for soldering onto circuit
We
boards,
need 4,
I think.
right?
Right here.
How's the soldering coming?
Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Lynn. Would that work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of
As long
sticking
as-
out on
yeah, I
the
mean,
top
it's
right
not
there. Do you think
perfectly-
that,
As long as it's
as long as it sticks,
really
the current will
strong.
still go through it?
Cool.
yeah.
Science.
So one of you's holding and one of you
Teamwork.
hold them parallel.
Like that?
Parallel. You're making an X.
So,
So heat the solder or
tin
the
it first.
wire?
Heat the wire, and then you touch the solder to the object and let it pull the solder into it, as opposed to painting it on like glue or something. Really get solder all the way up and down. So go ahead and cheat like I told you not to do and like paint
okay.
it on a little bit. As long as you're aware that that's not really how solder technically works. And then see if it ever gets black built up on that, shake it off on that. Because you don't want that black stuff on there.
I don't want to touch the metal either.
Pain.
Yeah.
I have lots of soldering iron burns on this hand, all like up and down. I don't know how I do
Is
it.
there still hope for this
I
one?
guess I go.
Psh. Is there still a way? Do I have to redo that one?
Oops.
Is there hope for this? Well, I think there is. Just heat it and let it pull the solder down. You know, let gravity do a little work.
So you
so you can
melt
leave a
some
blob
and-
like that.
Okay.
And then you want to do this one too, right?
Yeah, this blob. You don't want to leave like huge blobs.
And then we
It's
do this one?
embarrassing, but
You heat that one up too.
then you can just, if you're coordinated, you can just hold it together with one hand
Well, you don't have to do that.
and then go like this. You can't even
That
see
end
it.
that's sticking out right there.
Well, you're gonna end up putting electrical tape around it. It's okay. As long as
That's
you
good.
test it. Doesn't take a whole lot.
True.
Sweet. It's our first trigger.
Yeah.
First trigger!
Yes.
I mean, like, if they're straight like that, 'cause we used to just tin them if they were out of control, but I mean, if they're flat like that, then they're good, right?
I don't know. I only had 2 semesters of electronics, but my teacher
Oh.
told me to tin everything.
We would just tin them if they weren't straight like that, but when they were straight, we would just go for it.
Yeah,
I don't know if it matters
but
or
you
not.
want this to be super strong, and it will be stronger if you tin them first. Because this is going to be something that you're wearing, and the wires are going to get pulled. And
Electrocuted.
so if you tin them both, put a clump on at least one of them, then the person soldering just has to touch it and let it melt together. You won't have to be painting it on.
Because it'll
Yeah.
be
It'll
hot.
be super fast. You'll just touch them, hold them like that, and the other person can just touch
Okay.
it,
Let's try
and
it.
the solder will all melt together, like
Cool.
like Terminator number
Electrical.
2.
T1000.
Like
Why are we talking about Terminator?
Why not?
because that's how the solder will look.
Connor.
What if all these little beads came together and turned into Terminator?
Then we run.
If they all found each other.
See what I mean? Like, it's getting hot right there. Maybe I can just get it to...
It's too hot.
Yeah, I think.
Just-
No, I
we
did
some
it.
of
Did it. I'm a genius.
Not really.
Or see how it's turning gold?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's not as good. It's too done. And then also be careful to not get the plastic melted into it.
Yeah, it's hard to
Lift-
tell the
lift it
black
off.
cable. Okay. What am I doing wrong? I don't understand.
You're painting it instead of just
Just holding it? Is that what you want me to do? Just hold it on there?
so I lifted it off instead of painting it off.
Okay.
Let gravity work
So is it good
for
like that?
you.
I don't know. This
So you just stick them together and it'll be okay?
Yep.
Awesome. Nice.
Nice.
Got that whole lift action going.